segment 3, MTR from Muir Trail Ranch to Mammoth Lakes, Red's Meadow. Climbing up out of Muir Trail Ranch toward Selden Pass. We'll get about half that done today. Walk over tomorrow. Keep picking up a slight scent of smoke. I don't see smoke. There's got to be a wildfire somewhere nearby. Either that or I'm having a seizure. But it's hot out. Pretty cool little valley here. Polished granite. Climbing up towards Selden Pass. We're about to hit Sally Keys Lakes, which is going to be home for the evening. Selden Pass, coming out of MTR, was pretty doggone hot at that low elevation. But now that we're back above 10,000 feet, pretty comfortable, easy climb. Just got to this little meadow. Alright, we have arrived at camp for day 12. It's the first time I knew it was day 12 in quite some time. But it's August 5th, about 4 p.m. And this is eventually going to be the campsite. Looks like it's been used multiple times before. Something you look for. The other thing, of course, I look for is to make sure that all the trees that are around my campsite are alive, which they are. You don't want one of those falling on you in a windstorm in the middle of the night. That would be a bad way to end your trip. You also have to be 100 feet away from water or trail, which I am pretty easily. Also, since I'm up on this hill, I don't even know if anyone will see my tent. Pretty secluded. Exactly what you're looking for. So now you know how to find a tent spot. Oh, I guess other little things. I'm not in a puddle, so if it rains, everything should flow out of my tent instead of under my tent. So there's a little drainage spot here, so I'll make sure I set my tent up a little bit uphill of that. That's about it. Alright, let's put on camp shoes, set up camp, and do some fishing, because I saw them jumping. Okay, we are at Sally Keys Lake. Beautiful little lake. Caught 4 trout, 2 of which were huge. 2 of which were little. They still count. So, having pad thai for dinner, it's going to be awesome. Well, hello there, nature lovers, and welcome to this episode of Beautiful Sunrise, brought to you by the Sierra Mountain Range. We are leaving Sally Keys, which are just below us, headed up Selden Pass, and we're going to hike until we can't hike no mo. That's the plan for today. Not really sure where we're going to end. Just go until we get tired. Did I mention it's a gorgeous morning? I think there's a song about that, but I think it's called Beautiful Morning. Yes, that's it. Well, this is the last lake prior to the Selden Pass, which I imagine is just that little notch right there. God, it's been a gorgeous sunrise. Yay! Top of Selden Pass, August 6th. So I'd like to dedicate the top of this pass to my sister, whose birthday it is today. Happy birthday, sister. You know who you are. I won't mention you in public. Love you, miss you, and we'll celebrate sometime in the future. Well, how's this for a view? Jeez. Murray Lakes, just over Selden Pass. Sun's just about to make it over the mountain. Right there. I'll blind you. Wow. That's a beautiful sight. Did I mention it was a good sunrise? Alright, we just walked through the Muir Lakes. We did it quickly because there were record-setting bugs. Lots of people camp there. I can see where that's a convenient spot to prep for Selden and then make it to MTR. A little hippy-hoppy to get across some water. And then we'll continue downhill. At the junction to go to Rose Lake. We're not going there. First legit stream crossing of the day. About knee deep, cold. Fortunately, I washed off all my mosquito repellent, so I gotta put it back on when I dry off. Damn it. Still headed down Bear Ridge. And I think we kind of just follow this ridge around the side and then cut where you can see that second mountain range to the right. Beautiful day, not too hot yet. See what happens. And if I mention the trees, oh my goodness. Look at that guy, he's so pretty. Happy little tree. His friend died, but he probably was a good for nothing mooch. Oh, well, didn't see that one coming. We just did a, I don't know, 800-foot climb. It was fun. I once watched TED Talks about the thermodynamics of weight loss. I know, I'm a nerd. I'm cool with it. Anyway, the conclusion is when you are overweight and then you lose weight, it's like, where does the weight go? Do you poop it out? Do you burn it out in heat? Do you pee it out? Turns out the vast majority of your weight loss is breathed out. You expel it in CO2, which means theoretically when you're huffing and puffing, you're expelling cheeseburgers, excess cheeseburgers and french fries. Well, I dare say that if you hike the John Muir Trail, you will breathe out your fair share of cheeseburgers and french fries. And every time you climb a hill, you get a view. Well, I've got to look at this again on the old topo map, but I'm going down what are just endless switchbacks. I've been doing it forever. It's got to be 4 or 5 miles, just straight down. Across maybe 20 people coming up. They all look miserable. Ooh. I can see why. That's a son of a gun of a climb. Glad I don't have to do it. I'll take my little 1,000-foot climb I did earlier today. Call it a good morning. This is ridiculous. We made it. We are down. That was a hell of a descent. I gotta figure out how far that was, because that was insane. We are coming to a river of which I don't know which one. But it's fancy. Look at this bridge. You can take horses across this thing. Just starting kind of up towards Silver Pass, following this killer stream, which I think we're gonna cross multiple times. Trail looks like it starts out gentle enough, but looking at the map, we've got about 3,000 feet to gain, and quite frankly not that much mileage, so I'm not going to tick off too much of it today. Today will be a 17.5 mile day. By the way, that descent we did was 2,500 feet for reference, so while I thought it was spectacular, I'm about to go up that plus more on my own tomorrow morning, so it's all relative, I suppose. But it was a great day. Put in tons of miles. Saw some cool trees, a couple good views. The views were definitely not dramatic, more woodland intimate. Good morning, day 14, working my way up Silver Pass. Hope to be up a bit before the sun bears down on it and it gets hot. The sun is just starting to hit this distant ridge. Plan for today is to climb Silver Pass and just make it to Virginia Lake, which I hope is nice. Like 10.5 miles or so, 11 miles from where I camped. That sets me up for a moderate day just outside of Red's Meadow on the 8th, and then on the 9th making it to Red's Meadow, hopefully quite early, so I can spend the day on the 9th in Mammoth Lakes prepping for my two friends, Josh and Ryan, to arrive, so we can hike together into Yosemite and finish this thing off. This is a really famous creek crossing, Silver Creek Falls. And you'll see why in a minute. But in the spring, this thing is raging. And here's your crossing. Imagine this waist deep or more. The alternative, if you fall, isn't good. It's downhill. Today, mild, easy peasy. We won't even get our feet wet. So we're getting up high enough that you can see where we're going here. Pretty cool pass. Definitely through the boring part of yesterday. Totally worth putting in the miles. Logged it out at about 17.8 yesterday, so good day. And it even included some climbing, so pretty happy with that. Alright, let's make it to the top. I passed the sign quite a ways back for volcanic knob. I have to assume that that's what that is. It sure does look like a volcano. At least to me. Some slightly more ominous clouds building this morning. We should be over Silver Pass before anything exciting happens anyway. I'd be up for a rainy day. I don't have far to go. Sit in the tent and read, watch the rain. That sounds nice. Well, as promised, we just climbed up past Silver Pass Lake. View of the mountains in the background. Little meadow trail we went through. Pretty day. Love the cloud cover. Feels nice. I just disturbed this ptarmigan and her little chicks. I didn't even see them. Oh, but now they're all eating, so I guess that's good. Alright, we made it. Yay! So there's a 2,000 plus foot time to start the day. Beautiful over the ridge here. Just stunning. I guess I'm stunning a lot. It's just spectacular. Let's see if I can zoom in. There's a green and yellow tent down there. You can spot those and you win a prize. If you can't spot them, then just imagine. So, I assume we're headed down that valley for quite a ways. Coming down Silver Pass, got to do a glissade. That was the first time I've gotten to do one of those. They've either been too steep or totally unnecessary. Totally unnecessary being subjective, of course, because it's just fun. I think the people who watched me do it thought I was insane, but then when I stood up and I'd gotten down an entire chute of ice in about 10 seconds, we're like, oh, that was way easier than what we did. So, whatever, it was fun. Little sprinkle. I don't know if it's gonna rain soon, we'll see. It should be nice to make it to camp before it did, but I also was planning on going for a swim anyway. Headed up out of McGee Pass Trail toward Lake Virginia. Gorgeous little meadow down there. I'll try to get it to zoom as much as I can. That's not a gap in the mountains. That's just a huge snowfield right there. That has a lot of snow left right there. I can't really show it to you that well. Alright, climbing up. We started down in that valley with all those trees. Climbed along that. And I'm trying to be able to see the monitor. And then we were in this valley. And we started climbing up this hill. And today will be probably another 3,500 foot elevation day, which is okay because it's below my 4,000 grouchy line. But man, oh man, views are off the charts. Lots of snow on these mountains. This place must have just totally gotten pounded this winter. I wonder how many feet of snow were on those mountains. Awesome. Just awesome. Ooh, that's a big one. Well, you're a pretty guy. Yes, you are. Good morning. Day 15, I think. And it is August 8th. Happy birthday to my little sister. And can't wait to see you and celebrate at some point. We're going to dedicate this sunrise to you at, where the heck am I? nice lake. Calm, clear morning after kind of thunderstorms yesterday. It never really rained, just mountain spit. So today we're going to try to make it to Red's Meadow because we're only 16 miles away. So let's do it. Purple Lake. Looks green. The sun is just filtering through the gap in the mountains. It's calm and beautiful. And there's a bridge to cross the outlet. Hells yeah. Climbing up out of Purple Lake. Great view of the mountains and the morning sun. Might be why they call this Purple Lake. I bet these turn purple in the morning. Do a little filming and walking while the trail is smooth. So one thing that I've noticed on this trail, which has been surprising, is an extreme lack of wildlife. I've seen some typicals, marmot, deer, pika, stupid squirrels, but no bear, not a whole lot of deer even. So my theory is when you hike this trail, you're actually in the wilderness where animals are still scared of humans, unlike in the national parks where they have no choice but to just become habituated to the fact that people are standing there with their cell phones taking pictures of them while they try to have breakfast. I guess that's a good thing. Either that or this wilderness isn't as healthy as it appears. Ooh, a hiker. Hi!
Am I waving at the camera there?
Yes. Have a good day.
Have a good one.
Clouds are building again. So might have another lumpy afternoon. Hopefully off the trail before then. Beautiful range. About 2 hours, maybe a little less, outside Red's Meadow. Burger and beer await. Another interesting conversation I had with somebody along the way was how fast the trail goes. That's a long trail, 260 for my distance, and there's definitely hard, long days, but when you start to look back on it, it all starts to mush together. So one of the reasons why I'm happy to be doing pictures and taking some crappy video, doing some even crappier commentary, is that it'll help me remember all the things I saw. Like this meadow with a godzillion wildflowers. You're about to see it. I mean, after 20 days. Oh, can you guess what that little mound's name is? It's Red Cone. Seems appropriate. I'm gonna suspect that that's a volcano. There they are, a view of what's coming up next. More big mountains. What? It's exciting. Can't wait to get the guys and go tackle those guys. Woohoo! Well, here's the burn area. Not Not exactly sure how long ago this burned, but it turned what was just a coniferous forest, I think that's the right phraseology, into grasslands and wildflowers. The trees are coming back. Most of them are 8 to 10 feet tall. So it's returning to its prior glory. But I would guess that with the change in ecology, there's much more food available for deer and bears and everything else that eats shrubbery. But it also provides a pretty fantastic view of these guys, because we love them. I don't even know which mountains those are, but I still love them all. Look at the place. I gotta slow down. There we go. Well, looky here. 5.5 hours, 16 miles, and for as creepy as your show ranch stop, MTR has a spacious, open feel to it. Just walk right in. Welcome. Make yourself at home. So we're gonna eat lunch and grab the bus into town. We're gonna find ourselves a hotel for the next 2 nights now, because we went into Zoom mode and we're here essentially a full day ahead of schedule. Yeah! Well, greetings and salutations, nature lovers. We are back on trail. It's August 10th, 6 o'clock at night. And as promised, we now have guests of honor. So the hobo hut set up. We are on the river trail. We basically just climbed a hill and found this kick-butt little prairie area. There's old campfire rings and the whole bit. So first of all, we're gonna walk this way. And we're going to introduce Ryan Lanyo.
Oh!
From Cedar Rapids, or?
Cedar Rapids.
Yeah.
Born raised
Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Went to college with this guy. He is an electrical engineer, right?
Yes.
For Lockheed Martin?
For Collins Aerospace.
Collins Aerospace. I was way off. I knew it was something fancy.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Soon to be Raytheon Technology.
Oh no. Hopefully he soon still has a job. and there's his tent. He's proud of it. It's from China. We're testing that out this week. It's got a good name, Flames Creed. And then we're gonna sneak up on this guy. He's got a nice ass, so we might as well just walk right up on him. And this young fella right here is Josh Elin, Vice President of
Reynolds and Reynolds.
Reynolds and Reynolds. And his name is not Reynolds, it's Elin.
That's right.
But pretty soon it'll be Reynolds, and Elin.
Hopefully.
And this is his fancy new tent. This is a Gossamer Gear, the 1. The 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it's a 2-person tent. And he looks like he's testing out all kinds of new stuff. He's got a new pad and all kinds of gear.
New bag?
New bag. So, oh yeah, there's the new quilt. So, we only hiked in, gosh, what? 2 miles. But we did obviously get a late start since they had to come all the way from Iowa. So tomorrow the plan will be fairly lax. We're gonna get up reasonably late, probably, or whenever the hell we feel like it. Hike past Shadow Lake and up past Garnet Lake to Thousand Island. So we are guessing is only about an 8-mile trip. And then we're just gonna spend the day hanging out, fishing, taking it easy, getting these guys acclimated to some altitude since they're from about 4 feet above sea level, and prep for the rest of the trip. Sound like a plan? Good. So we're gonna make a little campfire and catch up. Well, good morning. It is August 11th. We are on trail in the morning, headed towards Shadow Lake, and eventually Garnet and the Thousand Island Lakes, where we will camp for the night. Kind of in this gorge. Super cold night last night. Probably the coldest on the trip, which is kind of saying something because I've had some cold nights. And everything froze, but we all survived. The gear was tested, reasonably passed. Alright, we are officially climbing up to Shadow Lake. You can see the gorge that we were walking through earlier. Sun is out and bright, finally warming us up. There's the dudes.
The way you stay to be hiking.
And we're headed up there. Not too far yet. That should be Shadow Lake. Well, every good climb leads to a good view, and today is no different. We are at Shadow Lake. It is definitely in a bowl, so you can see where this lake doesn't get a whole lot of sunshine, hence the name. We've got snowy mountains in the background and crystal clear waters in the foreground.
I'm all for government stepping up.
We are climbing out of Shadow Lake up to Garnet Lake. Obviously I showed you all the snow in the mountains, so to see this much water certainly isn't unexpected. But there's a lot of snow left. Well, here she is, first views of Garnet Lake, one of the highlights of the Ansel Adams Wilderness. That lake is a blue like you wouldn't believe. Beautiful. Islands in the background, big mountains. That is a good day. Well, here we are, the base of Garnet Lake. And wow, oh wow, what a spectacular sight. Snow there on Banner and Ritter. Crystal clear water. Trout jumping. Bluebird day. Well, we left Garnet Lake and continuing along the Gem Basin, we are now at Emerald Lake, which also still has a lot of snow around it. Little lake. I think if you were the only one camping here, it would be a pretty little scene, nice and quiet. This little gem is Ruby Lake. See too much camping available at this lake, but I'm sure if you kind of went around the outside of it, you could find something that would be nice. Big volcano looking mountain in the back. I should say volcano, but volcanic. And the trail just skirts the edge here, goes up over that hill, and then we should have a great view of Thousand Island Lake, which is where we're going to be spending the rest of the day and evening. It's only about noon, so we'll have plenty of time for the guys to recover and acclimate and do some fishing, and if we're brave, maybe jump in the water. Well, welcome to Island Lake, or Thousand Island Lake. More than one, 1,000. We are kind of off trail, following the edge of the lake as directed by the NO camping sign to get into the camping area. There go the guys. I sent them off ahead to do some scouting while I'm lazy and videotape. I think after 2 weeks on trail by myself, I deserve this. This is nice. Can't remember if that's Banner or Ritter. It's one of them. It's pretty. The grasshoppers here are insane. They make so much noise. Well, welcome to the Hobo Huts campsite for August 11th at Thousand Island Lakes. Beautiful lake. Backdrop is just extraordinary. Snow-capped mountains. Not a whole lot of big camping areas in this neck of the woods, so the guys and I sort of split up. I took a higher spot, which may actually be an advantage because there may be less mosquitoes up here. In fact, I can guarantee that. But they have an epic campsite right on the water, or darn near it, which you can see they are down there, finishing up dinner. Didn't catch any fish today. We didn't even see any fish until just about an hour ago. One started jumping around. Did see an osprey catch a fish, so apparently osprey are better fishermen than humans, which I think is probably a no-brainer. Good morning from Thousand Island Lakes. We are gonna pack up and get out of here this morning. Head to Island Pass, then Donahue Pass, make it to Lyle Canyon. 4 miles short of Ptolemy Meadows. About a 14-mile day is what we expect today. View from my tent this morning on what is just a spectacular start to the day. Guys packing up. Thousand Island Lakes. How'd everyone sleep?
Perfect. Not
Better.
perfect.
After
Better?
1 a.m. I feel better.
Not as cold.
No. Even though there's still frost on all our stuff.
There was?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Down here.
I didn't get frost on my stuff.
We're 100 foot higher.
Yeah, I had no condensation either. So,
I had no condensation, but just frost on my stuff.
huh. Very interesting. Climbing away from Thousand Island Lakes to Island Pass. And this lake is the gift that keeps on giving. Awesome views this morning. Great views on the climb. We're all feeling pretty good. So, today should be a good day. Alright, they left me. I gotta go. A high plateau Working our way toward Island Pass. Pretty spectacular scenery here. I say spectacular a lot, sorry. Pretty wicked, awesome, amazing, beautiful scenery here. There's an old friend in the background near Thousand Island Lake. Small lakes around. A little breeze today. Nothing crazy. But big blue skies. And another beautiful day to be out on trail. Glad the weather's holding up for Josh and Ryan. Be nothing more miserable than spending a week of your hard-earned vacation in thunderstorms and hail. Thankfully, since the first 2 days of the trip, we haven't had that. I think we just went over Thousand Island Pass. There wasn't anything marked. So somewhere around here is Donahue Pass, which is what we're headed to next. It'll be the guy's first pass, and really only pass, other than like climbing Cloud's Rest and Half Dome. I think they're gonna have some fun. This Donahue Pass right there. This was option A, which is where we kept walking toward, but apparently that pass is no bueno, which is Spanish for not good. So we're gonna go up this way, which looks nice. A little steep, a little longer. We'll take it. Hey. We're essentially to the top of Donahue Pass. A little hazy, but you can still see a long way into the distance. Looky, we are at the top of Donahue Pass, which means we are entering Yosemite National Park, the last national park for me. To tick them off since the beginning: Golden Trout Wilderness, Sequoia National Park, Kings Canyon National Park, the John Muir Wilderness, the Ansel Adams Wilderness, and now, finally, Yosemite Wilderness. So, home sweet home. Believe it or not, tomorrow we'll be in some semblance of civilization at Tuolumne Meadows. That's how close we are to being finished. We're gonna see people with deodorant on. It's gonna be amazing. Backside of Donahue Pass, coming down toward Lake. Looks like a lot of water, a lot of green. I can even see the mosquitoes from here. Here's the top of our pass on the backside. So, we're going downhill. Coming down out of Donahue Pass, we are headed into Lyle Canyon. You see the meadow and stream down there. Josh is making his way down and doing the same thing I'm doing. Alright, we are off Donahue Pass and we are officially in Lyle Canyon of Yosemite National Park. And it is pretty. Wildflowers next to the meadow here and the stream. Can't remember which stream this is. I have to look that up. And you can see we got double track. Get our mountain bikes out. There are the guys. They look happy to be done with the climb for the day. Woo! So we're going downhill toward Tuolumne. Let's do this. All right. Well, how's this for some wide open spaces? Lyle Canyon. Green grass. A little breeze, but it's warm down here. We're all the way down to probably 8,000 feet from the 11 at Donahue, so kind of a nasty downhill. Somebody said I'm glad I don't have to go up it. I don't know. Something says I'd rather go up it than down that. That was not that much fun. So we're probably a couple miles to our cut off to where we are going to camp for the night so that we are a legal distance away from the Tuolumne Meadow Carnival, which we...
I have one of those vintage, actual quality Sierra Designs mountaineering things. The 4-season tent. Where you can zip out all the panels and go all mesh or fully seal it up.
Alright, we are rolling into Tuolumne Meadows. We made excellent time this morning because we were all cold, so we walked fast. But now we're here so early that it's not lunchtime. So we may hang out for a while and just relax and wander around a bit. We are definitely into the Yosemite Palace granite, such as what the guys are standing on here. Looks like a fun area for the kids to jump around in the water and stay out of trouble. We must be back in civilization because we have people without backpacks. Beautiful, smooth granite with water just cascading around, finding its way through the crooks and crevices. Alright, well, we just went through the Tuolumne Meadow Grill, had a couple beers, we all had a double cheeseburger. And by had I mean inhaled, because it was awesome. We were on the southern shore of Cathedral Lake for our campsite tonight. It's a beautiful little spot. Probably should have been on the northern shore. It would have given us more sun. But oh well. So, pretty straightforward day. We went from Lyle Canyon to Tuolumne. Pretty decent climb up to Cathedral Lake. Tomorrow we go from here up Cathedral Pass, which isn't that far from here, and then to Sunset Lakes, and then switch off the John Muir Trail to go over Cloud's Rest, which I've assured the guys is worth the effort. So we'll take some pictures of sunset, and I think that's going to be pretty spectacular with this vantage point we've got. Alright, good morning. Last full day. It's August, I don't remember, 14th. We're at Cathedral Lakes. Today we're going to go to the Sunrise High Sierra Camp, or Sunset High Sierra Camp. And then go from there up Cloud's Rest and camp at the junction of the John Muir Trail and Half Dome to set ourselves up to do that in the morning. Beautiful morning again, no clouds in the sky, just a plane. It's not a UFO. Settle down, people. Well, welcome to the first epic view of Yosemite. Can't remember which range that is in the background. Just give it a name. Just make it up. It'll be fine. Well, we are making progress on our penultimate day. We're at Sunrise Lakes, the first one, coming from Tuolumne Meadows. It's a nice little lake. I don't know if I would want to spend the night here, but perhaps a convenient spot. Lots of fish, lots of bugs. They go hand in hand, I think. Well, hello there, nature lovers. Still on the penultimate day, we are nearing the top of Cloud's Rest. I think we've got one more good section of climbing. But this is a view that may be better here than at the top. You can see Tioga Road if you look very closely, going across the granite. And that lake might be Tenaya right there. Not quite sure. Might be the very beginning of Tenaya Lake. I'll unzoom you so you can get the full pano and appreciate the splendor that is Yosemite. That is the top of Cloud's Rest, just beyond that hiker. So we're just about there, but having been on top of Cloud's Rest, I would tell you this view is even better. Half Dome, Sentinels, leading up into Tenaya Canyon and Mirror Lake.
Yeah, there's a girl down there going, I don't know if I want to do this.
Alright, here is the Great Western Divide as seen from the top of Cloud's Rest. That gray area is the Merced River drainage, so that's what's going to produce the Nevada and Vernal Falls that we'll see tomorrow. Peaks, valleys. Now walk over this way without falling off the edge. Half Dome,
That's good.
the valley.
That's Donahue. Both those were easier to
Alright, well, we are now coming down off of Cloud's Rest. Came to this little desolate area. But desolate provides unobstructed views, which is nice. Including our little buddy over here. Hey, little buddy. We'll see you tomorrow. Alright. Last day. Whew, sorry, we got up at 4 o'clock in the morning and started hiking. And look at us. We're about at the top of Half Dome. Sun hasn't come up yet. It's going to be a beautiful morning. Although right now I don't think anyone is looking forward to going down. Here comes Josh. And I'm sure Ryan's just behind him. He didn't die. So Josh. Turn off your headlight. How was that?
Exhilarating and terrifying at the same time.
You want to go down or you want to stay up here?
I want to stay up here for a while. Because that's the rest of the day.
That's slippery. That's very slippery.
Very slippery.
All right.
Amazing.
Yep. All right, we'll get you to the top. All right, we just got off the cables. You can see this guy working his way up. That's not the steep part. That's not the steep part. Ryan looks like he just made it past the steepest part. So he's about done. Just to get you a perspective. There they are. As Josh said, they're way more intimidating when you can't see them at night. I guess that's true. Or maybe they're less intimidating because you have no idea what you're in for. But 25 feet, we'll have all made it. Welcome back to the world's worst John Muir Trail YouTube video. We have just descended off Half Dome, got to our campsite, cleaned up our gear. We just cut across the Mist Trail to the John Muir Trail. Or I guess I should say to stay on the John Muir Trail. And we are about to get to the Nevada Bridge, which is awesome. The end is in sight. Show you this side first. And there it goes. And here is the front side of Nevada Falls. Can't remember the name of the dome that guards it. There's the back side of Half Dome. Believe it or not, we were up there just a few minutes ago. Like 10, maybe 20. We kind of ran. Just kidding. Well, we continue to descend. And as you can tell, we have re-entered the realm of the tourists. People have deodorant on, and they're reasonably clean.